Hello everyone. Thank you for being here today. I'm excited to share a heartwarming story with you titled, The Weekend of Two Lonely Cats. If you enjoy this video, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. Of course, if it's not your style, feel free to skip it, no hard feelings. Now, let's begin the story. It was a bright Saturday morning when my parents packed their bags for a short trip. The house buzzed with excitement. Well, at least for the humans. The moment my mom zipped the last suitcase, my two gray cats, Momo and Tofu, froze in disbelief. Their tails flicked anxiously as if saying, "Wait, where do you think you're going without us?" As soon as the front door closed and the sound of the car engine faded away, silence filled the room. Momo sat by the door, staring like a loyal guard waiting for his owner's return. Meanwhile, Tofu, the more dramatic of the two, flopped on the couch and let out the world's longest, most pitiful meow. It sounded like a tiny opera performance of heartbreak. I could almost hear their thoughts. "Momo, they've abandoned us. Forever. Tofu, I told you we should have jumped in the suitcase." For the first hour, they refused to move. They ignored their toys, their treats, and even the sunbeam that usually sent them into nap heaven. It was clear they were heartbroken. My parents had gone on vacation, but I was now left with two furry drama queens suffering from emotional devastation. I couldn't bear watching them look so gloomy. So, I decided to become their personal entertainer. First, I shook their favorite feather toy. Usually, this would have Tofu bouncing like a spring, but today he just blinked slowly, as if saying, "Really? You think that'll replace Mom? All right, time for Plan B." I grabbed the laser pointer, the secret weapon. The red dot danced across the floor, zigzagging like a tiny superhero. Momo's ears twitched. He pretended not to care, but his tail betrayed him, swishing left and right with growing excitement. A few seconds later, he couldn't resist. He pounced, then missed, and slid dramatically into the rug. Tofu immediately joined, chasing the red light as if his life depended on it. Soon the living room became a full-on cat Olympics. Momo was leaping from the couch to the coffee table like an acrobat, while Tofu sprinted in circles, clearly forgetting his earlier heartbreak. I cheered them on like a sports commentator. "Ladies and gentlemen, Momo lands a perfect jump. And Tofu, oh, he's going for the spinning leap of faith." After 30 minutes of playtime, both cats flopped onto the floor, panting and purring. Their eyes sparkled again, and the house felt lively once more. I rewarded them with treats, which they devoured like royal kittens at a feast. But I didn't stop there. To make things extra fun, I built them a mini cat fort using blankets and pillows. It looked like a cozy cave. The moment it was ready, they inspected it carefully, sniffing every corner. Then, as if giving their royal approval, they both crawled inside and curled up together. The two abandoned cats finally looked peaceful again. By evening, the house was quiet again, but this time, it was a peaceful kind of quiet. Momo was grooming Tofu, and Tofu was half asleep, his little paw resting on Momo's back. I sat beside them, scrolling through my phone, and realized something heartwarming. Even when things change, what truly matters is being there for each other. The weekend without my parents turned into something unexpectedly sweet. I discovered how much personality these cats really had. Momo, the calm and serious one, acted like a tiny old man who missed his family but didn't want to admit it. Tofu, on the other hand, was dramatic but full of love. He just needed a bit of attention to feel safe again. When night came, they both climbed onto my bed. Normally, they would sleep in my parents' room, but tonight, they decided I was their new comfort zone. Tofu lay on my pillow, right next to my face, of course, and Momo settled by my feet. Their soft purring filled the room like a lullaby. At that moment, I realized that sometimes, when someone important is away, it's not about replacing them. It's about sharing warmth, laughter, and care with whoever is around. The cats didn't need a trip to be happy. They just needed company, love, and a bit of laser-like chaos. The next morning, my parents returned. The door opened, and both cats sprinted over as if they hadn't seen them in 10 years. Momo rubbed against their legs proudly, while Tofu meowed nonstop, clearly explaining every tragic detail of their absence. My parents laughed and hugged them, promising never to leave them too long again. As I watched that scene, I smiled. The cats might have missed their favorite humans, but they had also taught me something. Joy doesn't always come from grand adventures. Sometimes it's found in the small, silly, shared moments we create right where we are. So, the next time life feels a bit lonely, whether someone's away or things seem quiet, remember Momo and Tofu. Play a little, laugh a little, and take care of the ones who stay beside you. After all, happiness doesn't need a vacation. It just needs a bit of love, attention, and a glowing red dot on the floor. The story of Momo and Tofu reminds us that even in moments of loneliness or change, companionship and simple acts of care can bring light back into our lives. In today's fast-paced world, people often get caught up in work, travel, and digital distractions, forgetting that love and attention are the foundation of happiness, both for humans and pets alike. Just like the two cats who felt lost when their owners left, we too can feel empty when we lose connection with those we care about. But by taking time to nurture relationships, offering comfort, and finding joy in small things, like playing, sharing laughter, or simply being present, we can restore emotional balance. This story also teaches that caring for others, even in small ways, can heal our own loneliness. In modern life, where many people face stress and isolation, learning to slow down and appreciate companionship, whether from pets, family, or friends, is essential. Happiness doesn't always require big events or grand gestures. Sometimes, it comes from a quiet evening, a playful moment, or the warmth of someone's presence. True joy is built from empathy, love, and the effort to make others feel that they're not alone.